Hey guys, welcome back. I am Stu and this is Schneider Shores for Roller Coaster Tycoon Classic. The 75th anniversary of your grandfather's Schneider Cup victory is coming up in a few years. You're going to honour his achievement by building a theme park based on the famous seaplane race. Your objective, to achieve a park value of at least 150,000 at the end of October year 3. So this is the last in the challenging section. It's not very challenging, no. So we've got quite a large-ish area is flat, and then we've got this little bit down by here, and this pathing is just asking for guests to get lost. So what I'll do is I'll just delete it there, and then I'll bring that back to the entrance, and then lay it out nicely. So let's see what we've got to begin with. We are charging for admission, and we've got a transport ride. We've got not a bad selection of gentle rides. We can put all these down fairly quickly. That looks like a haunted house with a different skin. I'm guessing that's just a carousel with a different skin. Maybe it'll have increased capacity. Good selection of coasters, so that'll make the park value a lot easier. Some thrill rides, some water rides. Not a bad selection of shops. So I think what I'll do, all things considered, my weakest area is shops. So I'll put my research into that. What I'll do then, we've got a large amount of flat rides. All these here, and these thrill rides here. So what I'll do is I'll just come in, I'll do a nice pathing section. Let's have a look, see what the grid is like. Yeah, there you go. I'll go for my 4x4. I'll sort of bring it down maybe like that, and then bring it across, and then put my flat rides in these areas here, connecting up nicely to the paths here. And then once I've done that, this side and then down that side, I can start building coasters off them. Once I've got a few gentle rides down or thrill rides down, I'll ram the price up to £40 entry. Guests will pay it, and then we can see where we go from there. October year 1, we need 150,000 park value. We've got just under 80, so we're over halfway there. I've got all my flat rides, nice pathing section there, some shops, some seating areas laid out. Just down here, let's have a look at the capacity on this. 32 passengers. Can't remember what the normal one is. Is it 16? Is it? Monorail, just going around the outside, around the back of the rides and back down. Go-karts just there. Nothing too fancy, because we're only charging for the entrance to the park, not the actual rides. Enterprise, always popular. Little helicopter ride as well, just putting down whatever we've got. It'll all add to park value. Not a great deal, because it's based on stats, but it'll add a little bit, and it'll just make it a little bit easier to do. What I'm going to do now then is I'm going to start building my coasters. So the way I like to do it when I've got a nice flat park like this, so I don't know which one I'm going to build first, but the way I normally do it is I'll build my station down like this, and then I'll build my entrances and exits like that. And then that way then, when it comes to hiring staff, it's easy to zone them. It all ties in nicely with the zoning pattern. And it'll just make keeping control of the sick and the maintenance of the rides a lot easier, which isn't of great importance on this level, because we're only after park value. But on some levels, it is handy to do it like that if you are chasing park rating. So I'm going to crack on with the coasters. I'll see you soon. October year 2, we've got a park value of 315,000. We only need 150, so we've got more than double what we need. I'm back to researching shops. I had switched to roller coasters earlier on. I think I forgot to mention that. So we've got about 10 coasters, I think, at the moment. They are running side by side, but they're not synchronized. So if I was to synchronize them, it would slow the throughput down, especially on rides like this where you've got small cars next to a ride with large trains. So we've got a reverser ride. Nothing too fancy. A little shuttle. There, just takes it up and then drops it down. A little interaction with the reverser. We've got a junior coaster, a limb coaster here, just a little corkscrew down and then up. Nothing too fancy. We want to get some nice stats on it, some higher stats, because that adds to the park value. We've got a suspended coaster there. And then we've got a seaplane ride. So that's a suspended coaster called Sick Bag. It's got some nice nausea on that. This first sort of spiral drop section adds a huge amount of nausea. A huge amount of lateral G's. That's that section there. It's not logging that train. And then we've got a corkscrew and one of these impulse coasters with the plain graphics. So we've only got a year to go. We've already beaten the target. Inverted coaster just down here. My stats. So we've got a nice big area here. And we've got some nice coasters to choose from. I think I'll probably go for Flawless. Build something quite interesting by here. More interesting than the other ones anyway. Something that'll look good on the outro for the video. Because we've already beaten the target. The scenarios on this expansion, they are in completely the wrong order. This is a beginner level. This is what it should be. It should be a beginner level. It's not a challenging scenario at all. So I'm going to crack on. When we come back, we can have a quick review, smash the scenario goal, and then we can have a look at see what I've built. October year 3, we've got a park value of just under 350,000. I spent the last few months building this Flawless design. I've hidden a brake underground there just to slow it down into this section, stop it, because it was pulling some high lateral G's into that element there. So when we came in, we had a large flat area. There was a path leading down here. I deleted that just to stop the guests wandering down there, getting lost and stuck. Built a load of flat rides and whatever else we had along the back. And then I put my research there and I switched from shops to roller coasters and then just started building them just all along here. Just building something cheap and cheerful. Trying to go for some nice stats because the three stats there, excitement, intensity, nausea, they are what makes up the bulk of the park value. And then once it got to October year 2 then, I'd done all that. So then I just wanted to make something quite nice for the outro video. So I've just spent the last few game months building this Flawless coaster just down here. I think the park's turned out all right. Stats on the coaster, not bad. Not great. Maybe I should have had it coming out over the sea, utilised all this space just down here to boost it. Stew! And we've completed it. The goal was 150,000. We had 340,000. A very easy scenario. That should have been in with the beginner section. We've had a lot of park value scenarios on this expansion. Too many, to be honest. I do like to have a bit of variety. I like the park value scenarios, but it's the same as anything really. If you have too many of the same type, it can get a little bit boring. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.